Nothing boring. Nothing but rock. KEJS.
The Lady Eagles out last year in the semifinals, and Volcano Vista lost one of their best players. Have been out for about 2 or 3 weeks, so that really kind of changed the complexion of the tournament. Yeah, Clovis is not the standard of the Hobbs Eagles, I would say, this year, obviously, with the 3 wins under their belts. Hobbs pretty much dominated them the whole season in terms of scoring. 199 to 87 was a total point production. I mean, complete blowout there. You look at all the stats across the page, turnovers, 76 for Clovis, only 24 for Hobbs. I mean, that 50-some less. Three-pointers a big difference, too. 22 three-pointers for Hobbs and only 5 for Clovis. So all the major team statistics, all on paper, go to the Hobbs Lady Eagles. But this is why they play a quarterfinal game at the Pit, because one game mess up and you're going home.
Well, that is absolutely right. And this is a Clovis team that if they get it all together, they can hang with the Hobbs Lady Eagles. First half of the game in Clovis that, of course, Hobbs ultimately ran away with and won. That was a pretty close game. I'm not sure it was ever really in doubt, but it was fairly close until there was a hard foul that was not called against Aliana Armitage, and then all of a sudden it's like the light bulb went on with the Lady Eagles, and they just stretched it out and ran off with it from there.
I think you hit the nail on the head. If you're going to look at one stat area that Hobbs has to be careful about, is the foul situation. Right now, they have had 10 less free throw opportunities versus Clovis, 51 attempts for Clovis and 41 for the Lady Eagles. Fouls are pretty close, so Hobbs with 39 and Clovis with 33, but still, you don't want to give a team an opportunity to get those easy shots with no defender in your face.
No defender in your face, and more importantly for Clovis, with the clock not running either, because Hobbs can put up a lot of points in a big hurry, as we saw on Friday night with the new state girls playoff record, both in points and in three-pointers, the 106-22 domination of Piedra Vista. It was a shooting exhibition, to put it mildly, on Friday.
Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, 8 three-point attempts, or 8 actual made shots for Nakaya. I mean, she just completely lit it up from the outside. I mean, unbelievable numbers. Hobbs breaking a state record in terms of three-pointers. I mean, just completely shooting the lights out. I was kind of joking with somebody the other day. That's exactly what the Hobbs boys need to play against the Hobbs Lady Eagles three-point shooting in practice, because they're going to have a team tomorrow for the boys game that shoots a lot of trays too, Cleveland. So, I mean, it's just such a great offensive performance, and Coach Carpenter really hasn't had a really great outside shooting team, especially at three-point range, for quite a few years. And this team, everybody got involved in that game, not just the great outside shooting we saw from 1 or 2 players.
Yeah, Mojica setting a school record with 8 threes in that game, a single season record for threes as well in that game, and others, of course, as you said, contributing. It was a lights out performance.
Well, absolutely lights out, and the Hobbs Lady Eagles are going to want a repeat of that against a familiar opponent, a Clovis Lady Wildcat team. So we come all the way to the Pit to play a Eastern New Mexico, Southeastern New Mexico game, but seems to work that way a lot of times. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back and continue. This is Lady Eagle playoff basketball from the Pit in Albuquerque on Eagle 100.5.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. For all your grocery specials, shop Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs. The best deals in fresh produce, fresh meat, and vegetables, frozen and dairy, health and beauty, and so much more. With the friendliest and most knowledgeable staff, Thriftway and La Tienda. For all your grocery specials, come on down to La Tienda, 400 East Marland, and Thriftway, 1317 North Turner in Hobbs. Best of luck, Eagles, from all of your friends at Thriftway and La Tienda grocery stores. Conquer every challenge, from job sites to weekend adventures, with SunGuard Precision's rugged truck accessories. Choose from durable tonneau covers, spray-on bed liners, and more, all designed to protect your investment and elevate performance. SunGuard Precision is your ultimate one-stop shop for all things truck. Get equipped, get empowered. Visit SunGuard Precision today. Look for SunGuard in names and numbers, and find SunGuard Precision on Facebook and Instagram.
Rent-A-Center is a proud supporter of the Hobbs Eagles in both athletics and academics. Being an Eagle fan for many years, the team at Rent-A-Center knows what it takes: hard work and dedication. For all of your furniture needs, visit your friends over at Rent-A-Center. They offer free delivery and no credit checks. Se hablan español. Let Rent-A-Center improve your home with a couple of pieces of furniture. And Rent-A-Center of Hobbs, 2404 North Grimes in the Albertsons Plaza, is locally owned and operated. Rent-A-Center supports the Hobbs Eagles and says, go fight, win.
100.5, the Eagle 100.5 Hobbs app. Also on HobbsAmerica.com, Hobbs Sports YouTube. Of course, we're not allowed to show pictures for this one, but you can still follow along with the score bug, and we will have the audio for you. We don't believe in charging you and still making you sit through commercials too, so we just ask you to sit through the commercials. Our phone and data services from the New Mexico Broadcasters Association here at the Pit in Albuquerque, brought to you by the NMAA and the NMDOT. Keep New Mexico roads safe. Don't be distracted with the phone, the texting, the talking, or even daydreaming. Many car crashes occur when the driver is doing something other than driving. Drive Safe New Mexico, sponsored by NMDOT, our phone and data line services here at the Pit in Albuquerque. With Ty Friend, I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan sitting in as well. And Tiff Stuber in studio engineering and producing. So we continue the Lady Eagle pregame show. You went down and got the starters, Ty.
Yeah, starter lineup, as people most know throughout the season, Madison Zepeda, Brett Clay, Mojica, of course, the big shooter, Brent Hargrove, and Kendall Cunningham. We should also mention, too, we talk about the three-point shooting and the scoring, but at the same time, we got people like Brent Hargrove, who has the career stats numbers for the Hobbs Lady Eagles program, breaking Wisdom Anthony's record back in 2018 through 21. So you got some defensive players out there. Brett Clay is currently 5th on the all-time scoring list for points also. There's just so many different moving pieces of the puzzle here that teams are just kind of tearing their hair out, trying to figure out, how can they stop a team like this. And in terms of those three-point shots that we got, the 24 last week, that is 4th highest in the country. Not just, State of New Mexico broke a state record, but 4th highest in the country. Pretty exciting stuff to have a team from Hobbs, New Mexico. I got to put a sneaky plug in here, too. After that, Mojica hit that 8 three-pointers the other night. She beat one of my old players' records, Leah Pritchard. I coached her as a 7th grader before she was a stellar star. I'm not taking any credit for it, but it was kind of cool. That goes way back to 2006, so it took about 18, 19 years for that record to be broken, but that's a pretty exciting thing, shoot from the outside during that game.
Incredible to have this many girls on this team with this many records. You mentioned Clay. She holds the Hobbs high record now for 710 rebounds, and that was when she broke it. She's got more since then. Hargrove, career steals, 305, all-time deflection record for Hobbs High School as well. 106 points Friday night, most ever scored in a playoff game. That's boys, and girls. That's amazing. And all-district MVP Brett Clay, and of course Joey Carpenter, District 450 Coach of the Year again. This should be the first of a 3-game arc into the state championship. I know that's what the Lady Eagles have worked for all year long.
Yep, definitely going to be, and the Hobbs is going to have to get physical too. We got that Carrington Goff girl. She's got the most points out of this team for Clovis, 9 a game. Her best was the second game, 14 points, but she's perfect on the free throw stripe, 9 for 9. Can't let players slice through the lane and post up, because that's what Clovis is going to do. I got a chance to see them last week against Volcano Vista, and they just are playing just pretty much wrapping around the perimeter a little bit to try to get it down low, getting a lot of free throws. Ton of free throw opportunities put through for Clovis, beating Volcano Vista 51 51-45. They converted 15 of 29 from the line, so not the greatest percentage, but they want the opportunity again to get those freebies.
Well, and they do get a lot of those opportunities. And you mentioned the post. Of course, they've got Carrington Goff. She's a big girl in there, and she can definitely, move some. She's the muscle underneath. But Katie Archie, she is pretty much, a 1A, 1B when you go down low, and she can also do quite a few rebounds as well. So something for Hobbs to be aware of. They've had a little trouble at times when they've had size down low with the opposing teams.
Yeah, they do. And again, you don't want to get into foul trouble. We said that could be an issue too, where they had shot more free throws than the Hobbs Lady Eagles. But if you look across the scoring for the 4 quarters through the games they've played so far, Hobbs has outscored Clovis 34 points in the first quarter, 37 in the second, 37 in the third, and only 4 in the fourth. But that's mercy rule when you have not that much time to play. But 30 plus. How more consistent can he be against a team?
Yeah. Containing De La Rosa, key points in the game. She's leading 11.0 in average. Katie Archie leading in rebounds, 7.4. You mentioned that. So yes, and Goff leading in blocks, 1.5 per game.
Well, and you mentioned their De La Rosa. She's really their outside shooter, and she's kind of the spark plug that gets everything going for this Clovis team. We saw her spark a run against Lovington back pre-district, where Lovington looked like they were just going to cruise right on out of Wildcat Gym. They were up by, I think, 8 or 10 at that point, and then all of a sudden, De La Rosa lit up, and it was good night Irene from there, so somebody they're going to have to keep an eye on. But the Lady Eagles have done a very good job of that in their 3 previous matchups this year.
Yeah, if you look at the shooting stats for Clovis, they don't have anybody that's had more than 1 3-pointer converted, which is pretty good there. Even the girl you just mentioned. And De La Rosa averaging 6.6 a game. She has been on the free throw line quite a bit, though, 12 of 16. That's, again, another area we keep going back to the fouls and things of that nature. But pretty exciting, though, to see 2 Lady Eagles averaging 14-plus a game against Clovis, Clay and Mojica. 9 3-pointers by Mojica in those 3 games so far. Clay, of course, she's got 5, 6 for 6 from the line. I mean, she's doing everything right. Great to see her going to an academy, too, Air Force Academy next year. And I know she's really wanting to get into the medical field, really concerned about her academics, so that's going to be pretty exciting for her next year.
Well, it certainly is, and congratulations to Brett Clay, of course, going to be playing basketball. She'll come in here to the pit, so she might as well start getting used to it. I mean, she'll be playing for the academy. Now, be honest, Ty, you belong to another branch of the service. Are you a little upset she's not going to Annapolis?
Yeah, that's a good point. Play football would be good. Get that team back on track again. But yeah, it's pretty neat. It's not easy to get into the academy, of course. You got to get congressional help there and show that you're a good student, etc. Real good citizen too. I mean, she's getting involved with a lot of projects for the schools and all that. So yeah, it's going to be coach is going to get a real good person to work with for this upcoming season, and might not work in a lot of time early on, but you know how that goes.
Well, certainly, and of course, a couple other Lady Eagles already signing. 2 of the Lady Eagles going up to New Mexico Highlands, going to be in Las Vegas. The New Mexico version next year with Bryn Hargrove and Nakaya Mojica staying together. So the teams are heading back to their benches as we get ready for the national anthem and the introductions. We will take a timeout, come back, and tip this one off. This is Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball on Eagle 100.5.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Are you ready to take the next step in your education?
Look no further than New Mexico Junior College.
Whether you're just starting out or aiming to advance your career, NMJC offers top-notch programs in so many different fields.
With small class sizes and dedicated instructors, you'll get the personal attention you deserve.
Plus, our campus is equipped with state-of-the-art facilities and resources to support your learning journey.
Visit us online at nmjc.edu or stop by our campus to discover why NMJC is a smart choice for your education.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West Broadway. Hydrotech Services in Hobbs is seeking experienced CDL drivers to join the team. To qualify, applicants must possess a valid U.S. CDL and have a minimum 2 years driving experience. If you have a good driving record, Hydrotech encourages you to apply today at 310 Woolsey Lane in Hobbs. Hydrotech offers competitive hourly pay of $26, comprehensive insurance benefits for employees, and the advantage of being home every evening. For additional information, please contact Hydrotech 397-7741 or apply in person 310 Woolsey Lane. Hydrotech Services is an equal opportunity employer.
The Coffee House offers a revitalizing menu of coffee, tea, and specialty drinks, just the way you like it. Enjoy your favorite drink with a whole latte love at the Coffee House. The Coffee House, another proud supporter of all Lee County athletics. Coffee House is locally owned and operated and is dedicated to fostering a sense of community in Lee County and in the surrounding areas. The Coffee House, 1103 North Grimes.
Welcome back to the pit in Albuquerque. 5A girls quarterfinal matchup between your Hobbs Lady Eagles and the Clovis Lady Wildcats. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Ty Friend, Dawn Morgan sitting in as well today. And Tiff Stuber in studio engineering and producing. The Clovis Wildcats are the visiting team. They are in the road purples with the silver letters and numbers. Their starters this afternoon will be number 2, Gianna Cordova, number 3, Neniana Villasecas, number 23, Amanda De La Rosa, number 25, Katie Archie, and number 50, Carrington Goff. The Lady Wildcats 22-7 on the year under the direction of head coach Jeff Reed, and they earned the number 8 seed into the Nucinda Credit Union State Tournament this year. On the other end of things are the number 1 ranked Hobbs Lady Eagles under head coach Joey Carpenter, 27-1 on the year, number 1 team in the state. Your starters this afternoon will be the ones we're used to. Number 4, Madison Zepeda, number 14, Brett Clay, number 15, Nakaya Mojica, number 20, Bryn Hargrove, and number 22, Kendall Cunningham. So should be an exciting matchup here today. And if you're Hobbs, I'm going to say it, if you just do what you do, you should get on to take on the winner of Farmington and Carlsbad in a couple of days.
Yeah, and it all comes down to some defense. I mean, that first game they played back on January 31st, 32 turnovers for Clovis, and that just kind of put the air right out of the sails. And that's typically what Hobbs wants to see in these games. Turn the screws, get people up and down the court, trap, go full court pressure defense, and get those balls to squirt out. Yeah, we keep talking about three-point shots, but all those other defensive incidentals are going to play a part in this game today.
Tight defense, but clean as well. Don't be fouling. No first game in the state tournament jitters. Just get the job done.
Well, and if there's any team that knows this court better than maybe UNM's Lobos and Lady Lobos, it's the Hobbs Lady Eagles. They've been here a lot. Hobbs in the home whites, black letters and numbers with the gold accents and trims. And here we go. As Hobbs out in the big Lobo at center court, ready to go. Clovis will be coming out now.
Nice not to see Volcano Vista out there this year.
Hey, I may never do this again. Thank you, Clovis.
Clovis did Hobbs a favor with that upset right there. Yeah,
and that's with one major key player. So, I mean, that girl's going to be back, I believe. So that's going to be a big factor next year.
As Goff will take the jump against Cunningham. Here we go. 5A quarterfinals are underway here at the pit, and the opening tip will be controlled by Clovis. Goes into the hands of Archie. She has to go between the legs and then get it back to De La Rosa. She'll cross the big Lobo and into the Clovis offensive zone. Clovis moving towards the south basket to De La Rosa at the free throw line, drives in, and then she travels. As the ref sitting next to me called that before the ref on the floor did. Good eye, Ty.
Not wearing zebra today, but Kendall Cunningham straight up in position that time like a brick wall, just waiting for that one.
Did a nice job. So Hobbs will inbound it off of the turnover. Hargrove to the front court. To Zepeda, fakes the handoff from the right wing. Top of the arc, Clay for 3, puts it up. That one is off the mark. Battle for the rebound, goes out of bounds, and they're going to say Clovis ball. I thought that Goff had touched that one last, but I guess they're going to say that Kendall snaked the arm around and got it first. As the inbound comes to De De La Rosa. In the backcourt, picks up the dribble to Villaseca. Villaseca turns on the Jets, but now she has to pick up the dribble under good pressure. Coming from Zepeda. They'll finally get it into the front court to Archie from the right elbow. Shot up, no good, but she's fouled. She'll go to the line for 2.
Little brush foul there on the elbow, barely, and could give her a lot of opportunity here to get early lead against the Lady Eagles.
And they are going to whistle that one on Madison Zepeda. That'll be her first team foul on Hobbs. And Archie to the line for 2 with a chance to break this one. And she will, and puts it up, and the first one is good, and Clovis will strike first here at the pit in Albuquerque.
Ty, a lot of people think that in tournaments you can get away with being physical more because
Second one is up for Archie. That one is no good, and it'll be Hargrove with the rebound. That'll be her first. Brent will just keep it herself, fakes the pass, puts up the shot, no good, and it'll be Archie with another rebound. Or rather, her first rebound. So back down come the Lady Wildcats as Cordova picks up the dribble, almost gets it stripped. She will get it stripped. Into the hands of Brett Clay. Brett will take it up the right lane, puts up the shot, and count the bucket of the foul. De La Rosa tried to draw the charge, didn't get the feet set, That was Villaseca, but it'll be Clay with the bucket, and she'll go to the line for the and one.
Did you see Clay's face? She thought she got called for the charge there. I almost thought it was a flop first, but there was some contact. Usually the referee will bail out on the foul versus the flop.
Shot up, and the and one is good. 3 the old-fashioned way for Brett Clay, and Hobbs takes the early 3-1 lead. 1 minute exactly gone here in the first. Hobbs with the pressure in the backcourt. It'll be Cordova controlling it. She'll just have to toss it into no woman's land, and it'll go out of bounds. Another turnover for Clovis. Their third. The defense so far being tough for the Lady Eagles.
Yeah, full court 2-2-1. You got 2 girls in that backcourt area just making havoc on the Clovis guards, and your safety valve back deep just in case there's errant throws like that one.
The inbound will come to Zepeda, and she'll bring it right up center court into the Hobbs offensive zone. Takes it to the right wing where Cordova picks her up, swats at the ball, and she'll get it over to Clay into the deep right corner. Mojica for 3, and bang! Nakaya Mojica picks up where she left off Friday night and drains the tray. And on the inbound, a tic-tac foul going to be called, a little bit of contact, and they'll get Hargrove for the bump. That'll be her first personal. Second team foul on the Lady Eagles. There's those fouls you talked about, Ty.
And as a ref, Ty, is it true? Can you get away maybe with being a little more physical in a tournament when there's a schedule to keep? What do you think? You can't call it a little looser that way?
Usually they call it pretty much tighter up here than they do in the South, that's for sure.
Wow, okay.
To the front court with Patner in front of the scorer's table. She'll take it from the left to the right. She'll have to toss it back out via Sakis. Coming over to De La Rosa from the left wing for 3. She is off the mark, off the bounce. It'll be Hargrove, her second board of the ball game. Bryn checks the rear view and then comes to the free throw line with Cunningham. 15-footer up, no good. And it'll be a rebound by Villaseca. That'll be her first. She'll duck some Lady Eagles and bring it into the front court and then hand it off to Petner on the far sideline. Back out between the rings. Villaseca to Petner. Petner starts her run, pulls up at the right elbow, gets it over to Archie, almost travels, no call, and into the middle and out of bounds. And they're going to say that Mojica got a hand on it.
I think maybe Cunningham.
Cunningham, Mojica, somebody in the ballpark.
I like the compression defense there. A 1-2-2 zone being played by the Lady Eagles as they send Hargrove after all the guards up top.
Hobbs up 6-1, 5:47 remaining here in the first. Winner moves on. Loser gets ready for softball and track. The three-pointer, it's an air ball, and a foul going to be called on Clovis as Archie goes over the back on Clay. So that'll be her first personal. First team foul on Clovis.
That's an archback foul.
That is an archback. That's very good, Tom. You've been waiting for that all afternoon.
You're going to get rid of me here in about a quarter, though, so I'm done.
Our first of our triple header today. So get it over. Sorry, Don. Go ahead.
Clovis 0 for 3 shooting from the floor.
Zepeda drives in, puts up the little floater from 5. Put it up and in. Madison Zepeda on the right side. Pushes it up and in, and Hobbs on an 8-1 run, an 8-0 run to start the ball game. And it'll be another steal. Hobbs will take it away, but it's left on the floor, and Hobbs will give it right back. Feed it forward, and that'll be Cordova. She'll try and put up the circus shot. No good, but Archie is there with the rebound, and she'll put it back up and in.
1 for 5 shooting for Clovis, 3 for 6 for Hobbs.
Zepeda to the front court. Petner pops her in the nose. No call. To the free throw line. Then to the left lane. Cunningham shot up on the hook. No good, but she's fouled. That should put Kendall at the line for 2. And a hockey line change awaits for Coach Joey Carpenter. They're going to get Archie for her second personal.
I liked about that drive by Cunningham. She got her head down, battering ram style. Wasn't going to take any stop sign in front of her. Went right to the rack. The defender was left in the dust.
So at the line, Cunningham puts up the first, and nothing but the bottom of the net. Kendall has definitely improved the last couple of years from the stripe.
And you can really tell when a shooter hits a floor and they feel confident. She went right to a spot where she knew there was no hesitation, and she took the shot and made it.
We'll reset the Lady Eagles lineup. Looks like we're going to have 4 new players in. Second shot on the way for Cunningham, and that one falls off the rack. No good, and it'll be De La Rosa with the rebound, her first. She'll give it back to Villaseca. Hobbs still pressuring Armitage. And then it'll be Signs who will steal it away. 5th turnover for Clovis. She'll toss it back. Get it over. Armitage left baseline and up and in for Aliana. They lost her, and she takes it up and in. And because Jeff Reed said, let's stop the bleeding. 4:38 remaining in the first. Hobbs 11, Clovis 3. We're back in 30 on Eagle 100.5.
Outlaw Grill, the perfect spot for family dinners and date nights. Craving something extraordinary? Outlaw Grill serves up delicious fire-grilled steaks, fresh seafood, and authentic Italian pasta, flavors you won't find anywhere else. Dine in or call ahead for a quick and easy gourmet meal in Hobbs, 575-392-2012, or the Eunice location, 575-942-2466. Proudly supporting Lee County athletics and academics, Outlaw Grill is your go-to for great food and community spirit. Special offer, mention basketball when you order and get 15% off your meal. Come taste the difference at Outlaw Grill today.
Out of the Clovis timeout, it'll be Lady Wildcat basketball. The Lady Eagles dominating 11-3. Game 1 of our triple header here today on our family of stations. Talk about that coming up as De La Rosa will get it in right at the 5 count to Petner. Gives it right back to De La Rosa. She almost loses it, and she will. She won't lose it, but she'll travel. She was trying to draw the foul instead of getting the ball off. Little indecision there cost Clovis their 6th turnover, and we're not even halfway through the first quarter yet.
Yeah, blood's already in the water, and the Hobbs taking advantage, tightening those screws up on every defensive possession now.
Muniz, Size, Armitage, Clay, and Navarro on the floor for the Lady Eagles. To Muniz, wide open. She thinks about the 3, instead gets it to Clay. Turn around from the right elbow and rattle it home for Brett. She's got 5.
It's already 5 scores for the Lady Eagles. None or 1 for Clovis.
And a tie-up on the inbound, and that'll be a jump ball and give it back to Hobbs. Great job by Aliana Armitage, forcing the 7th turnover on the Lady Wildcats. The black and gold have come to play here early.
No, she really is a thief, isn't she? Lots of larceny when she's on the court.
Size, Armitage, Muniz, Navarro, and Clay on the floor for your Lady Eagles. Armitage tossing to Clay, right wing for 3, and bang! Nothing but the bottom of the net. Brett Clay saying so far early, the pit's my place.
Yeah, 2 3-pointers for Lady Eagles, 2 on the big court.
Into the front court, Cordova through pressure, picks up the dribble at the Mountain West logo, tosses it over, and Size and De La Rosa collide. I think they're going to get Caro for the foul, and actually they're going to get Muniz on a hack away from the ball. Not a great foul for Kaislyn Muniz, her first personal, 3rd team foul on Hobbs.
You know, it's Clovis running that 2-3 zone at the other end, but Hobbs is still able to get around and get some shots from the 3-point range.
That's one thing about Hobbs. They've got the shooters everywhere, and they can all do it. When they are moving the ball well, they can always find an open shooter, or almost always.
They're so deep. This kind of team does not come along very often. I hope they revel in the time on this court this tournament.
Cordova to inbound from left of her own bucket. The high inlet pass tipped and into the hands of Brett Clay, trying to get it to Goff. She'll bounce it to Muniz through the right lane, puts it up and in, and they will call the charge on Muniz as De La Rosa got the feet set. 2nd turnover for the Lady Eagles, 2nd team foul, or rather 2nd personal on Muniz, 4th team foul on Hobbs. There we go. I'll get it all spit out eventually.
Got to see the court ahead of you. That girl was set at least by 3 or 4 seconds, and look for a dish off. You don't have to take it to the rack that time. To get off to the left, you have a layup.
Inbound to Petner and into the hands of the Hobbs Lady Eagles as Mojica will take it. She'll put up the little baby hook, no good. Petner with the rebound, and then she's going to get tied up by Armitage. But Clovis will keep it on the possession arrow.
I've noticed, I don't know if they've worked on it especially, but I've noticed this season the Hobbs Lady Eagles work in the no-look pass so much more. And when you're a great team, you can really start to work on those deeper, really deep skills as a team together.
Godwin
and they've got
will check in for Hobbs. De La Rosa to inbound right of the defensive bucket for Clovis. Gets it into Cordova. Tossing into the middle, De La Rosa. She'll split two Lady Eagles and take it in. She'll go around Godwin. She'll put up a little push, and it is up, and it is good for De La Rosa. So now it'll be 16-5, an 11-point Lady Eagle lead. To the front court with Mojica to Cunningham. A little hesitation. Now to Armitage. She drives around Dawson. She'll take it through the right lane and up and in. Count the bucket and the foul.
Talk about great follow-through off the glass that time. And she was actually leaning into the defender and still pushed her arm out there to get that follow-through through the rim.
I like to see that finish because sometimes going through the lane, you feel like a player is just trying to draw the foul and doesn't have a hope of getting that shot to really fall.
They'll call it on De La Rosa, her first personal, third team foul on the Lady Wildcats. Armitage for the and one. It will fall off, but Mojica's there with the rebound, and she'll put it in off the left glass.
Third offensive rebound for the Lady Eagles.
5 points for Nakaya Mojica, and on the pressure, knocked away on the inbound. Lady Eagles up 20-5, and then we've still got 3 minutes to go here in the first as Coach Jeff Reed says, all right, let's figure something out here. 3 minutes to go here in the first. Actually, we'll just keep it right here and preview the other games that we've got. 5 Lee County teams here in the state tournament. We'll have all 5 of them for you. Triple header today. Ty, you'll be having to jet out to Rio Rancho here in just a little while for the number 1 2A team in the land, the Tatum Lady Coyotes.
Yeah, playing against Laguna Acoma, the 9th-ranked team in the state. Not the toughest district to play in. I mean, a lot of teams up there don't really go very far in the tournaments, but they're going to be coming out the best they can. They got 3 girls named Carrillo on the squad, so there's a lot of a family connection there. But I think they're going to have their hands full with the Tatum Lady Coyotes. Of course, Coach Slover, I think this is going to be his last season. I think he's retiring. Yes, he's the superintendent there, but I think he wants to go out with a bang. And this is just like the Hobbs Lady Eagles, another dominant team to give Lee County something to be proud about.
That game at 3 o'clock on our sister station, Cool 95.7. Then around 6:30 tonight, the Eunice Lady Cardinals. They will be in action, too. They've got a tough one against Mesa Vista. That game will also be on Cool 95.7 and audio available on the team's respective YouTube channels.
And they got a very tough three-point shooter. Talked to Coach Frazier this morning. They're pretty excited about the game. Want to pick off the number 2 seed.
De La Rosa will toss it into Andrea Chavez, who is in the ballgame for Clovis. She'll hand it off to Jerea Dawson. Not much they can do. Still trapped in the backcourt. Finally, right at the 10 count, they'll get it in. Toss it over, and wide open, McKenna Weaver. They lost her in the backcourt, and she will put up an ugly one, but it goes 20-7. Hobbs up by 13. 2:40 to go to Cunningham. No look pass. Mojica, right corner, 3 on the way, and not going to fall. She wanted the foul, didn't get it, and De La Rosa with the rebound.
Clovis are going to throw it way up the sideline. It's overthrown and gets knocked out of bounds. They're trying to get the stretch ball down court on the transition, but they got to get some pinpoint passing, not just heave it down court.
And that'll be the 10th turnover for Clovis. Yikes. 2:25 to go here in the first. All Hobbs so far. To Armitage. She works against Cordova. Now over to Size. Size back to Armitage. To Mojica. Drives left base. The 10-foot floater up no good. And it'll be Godwin with the rebound. Her putback no good. Kendall gets another rebound. And then she's going to be fouled. That'll put Cunningham at the line to shoot 2.
I like the physicality we're starting to see with our post players down there. Godwin, of course, Cunningham. Cunningham's one of those girls that's got to go to the floor. We saw that a few years ago where she went to the hard one, got her mouth hooked out, but she's definitely a physicality underneath.
First one for Kendall's up and good.
Kendall, a senior, you got to think that Godwin will, inherit that position, her position next year on this team. So I'm glad to see her getting significant minutes in this game in the state tournament.
And again, Godwin is such a broad-shouldered post player. She just knocks people out of her way.
Second one up and good for Cunningham, so Hobbs cashes in as Kendall checks out. Brett Clay checks in. Size, Clay, Armitage, Mojica, and Alana Bolton also coming in her first action of the afternoon. Petner gets it on the inbound to Chavez, then into the middle to Weaver. Back to Petner. She runs the point and runs it all the way through the lane. Puts up the little underhand scoop. No good. Armitage gets the rebound, and then she's going to get tied up on the floor. Possession arrow stays with Hobbs as Chavez crashed to the floor with her. But Hobbs keeps it.
They need to do a stat on how many times throughout the season Armitage hit the floor during a game. Black and blue, every game. You have to say that.
I would think so. And Petner with the reach foul on Armitage. That'll be her first personal. 15 foul on Clovis. And so that'll put Armitage at the line to shoot 2.
Not only are the turnovers terrible for Clovis right now, they're shooting 3 of 8 from the floor.
So Aliana Armitage to the line. She is 0 for 1 from the stripe. That's probably been a little bit of a weakness for her this year. She'll put up the first and miss that one. As Mojica will check out, Bryn Hargrove checks in. Hobbs up 22-7, $1:52 to go here in the first. So Armitage missing the first, eyes the second, and nothing but the bottom of the net on that one. 5 for Aliana in the ball game. 23-7, Hobbs dominating here early. As Weaver will get it inbounded to Cordova, still trapped up in the backcourt. To Chavez, back to Cordova, goes behind the back. Armitage almost picks the pocket, picks up the dribble just as she crosses the timeline, and then leans into Armitage. And Aliana, I think they're going to get her for the foul. Yep, they will. That'll be her first personal, 5th team foul on Hobbs. So Clovis to the line. Both teams in the bonus now.
Hobbs is just like a bunch of sharks. Little blood in the water. You see them all come over here. The red meat's right there on the court, and they're diving for it. And Armitage, golly, that girl is so physical with the guards up top. And she might get hit in the head and still steal it from you and lay it up at the other end.
We're getting splashed. I can almost feel the water, Ty.
Yeah.
Cordova's first is up, and it is no good.
Or is that blood?
I hope it's not blood. If it's blood, we probably need to have environmental services come over.
The seats are red. Who's going to notice?
So Cordova missing the first, Lai the second. Bolton and Clay up front for the Lady Eagles. She'll get the second one, her first point of the ball game. 23-8, 15-point Hobbs lead, 98 seconds to go here in the first. Hargrove runs the point to Bolton, to Size in the deep left corner. She'll cycle it around. Armitage having to leap to get that one. She'll drive it in back to Size. Left wing for 3 and bang! Carolina Size, welcome to the scorebook at the pit, young lady. And Hobbs now up by 18. $1:18 to go here in the first. Domination for the Lady Eagles. Cordova almost loses it to Size and Armitage on the far sideline before she got across the timeline.
Did you notice Clovis's defense is kind of like contracting like a sponge? You're all sucking into the paint, which is a killer. And you can let the three-point shooters from all angles shoot the ball, and it's Hobbs to start to take advantage of that.
And they certainly should, and if they can get hot here in the pit, it could become a very long and short afternoon at the same time for Clovis. Cordova with the basketball into the front court. Mojica on her tight, throws it into the middle to a cutting Villaseca. She'll toss it out to Dawson, or pardon me, that's Weaver. Her three up, no good. And Mojica will sky for the rebound on the left glass.
Good movement by Clovis, but couldn't finish it.
Mojica trying to get it over to Hargrove, who was wide open in the deep left corner. It was tipped away by Weaver. Now they'll get it to Mojica. Takes it from the left wing, toss it into Clay at the free throw line. Back to Mojica, left wing for 3 and bang! Nakaya Mojica with 8.
Those poor little guards are just running all over the place. Can't get a hold of any of the shooters, and now we're starting to stroke it from the outside.
21-point lead for the Lady Eagles with 30 seconds remaining here in the first. 29-8. Hobbs trying to send another message to the rest of the state. Get it into golf and tipped away and into the hands of Brett Clay. Clay goes running through, gets it to Bolton wide open and misses the point blanker, but Clay is there with the rebound. The putback, count the bucket and the foul. 10 points for Brett Clay in the first quarter, and she'll get another chance at the line. Get golf for her first personal.
Hobbs all over the boards in this game, and 7 offensive rebounds so far.
Have you noticed the subbing pattern for Coach Carpenter, too? Getting a lot of legs out of the court, giving some experience early in the pit, so they'll be ready for the big games when they come up tomorrow or the day after tomorrow and Saturday, hopefully the championship.
And acclimate to the climate as Brett goes for the and one. Nothing but the bottom of the net for the Air Force signee. And Hobbs dominating 32-8 in this one, and it'll be a steal by Bryn Hargrove. Pentner tries to pick the pocket. Bryn with 10, gets it underneath to Zapata, misses the point blanker. Goff goes over the back, gets the rebound to Pentner with 3, with 2. She'll drive it all the way in, put up a wild shot at the buzzer. Zapata with the rebound, and we have played a quarter from here at the pit. 5A quarterfinals, Hobbs 32, Clovis 8. We're back in a minute here on Eagle 100.5.
Hobbs Rental wants to wish Lee County student-athletes the best of luck as they take on challenges and experience success. The team of Hobbs Rental wants you to know that teamwork is everything. Hobbs Rental provides complete valve service, relief valve, vent valve, and thief hatch maintenance. BR certified and ISN approved. When you need the job done right the first time, call Hobbs Rental at 393-3085. Go Eagles!
high school sports build character and responsibility. That's why Albertsons Market congratulates and encourages the area high school teams in their quest for a state championship, saying we're behind you all the way. You too can show your support for the Hobbs Eagles with Hobbs Eagles Black and Gold apparel. There's a large selection of Eagles shirts and caps to choose from at your Hobbs Albertsons Market. You're in for something fresh at Albertsons Market, corner of North Rhymes and Bender and Hobbs.
Back here at the pit in Albuquerque, the Hobbs Lady Eagles dominating the first quarter over Clovis, 32-8 in this 5A quarterfinal matchup. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Ty Friend. Don Morgan sitting in with us this afternoon. Tiff Stuber in studio, engineering and producing. So, more of the same, please.
Yeah, you start out 8-0, and you continue to start to shoot the three-pointer. You put on tough defense, and that's a formula for a championship. But a couple more games left before that, but looks like it's a good situation right now.
Still got 3 quarters to go in this one. You don't want to let your foot off the gas.
11
against Clovis.
11 of 21 shooting for Hobbs in the first quarter. That's my stat, not theirs. Haven't looked at their sheet yet.
Brett Clay with 11 points leading the Lady Eagles.
She does a dominating first half, 6 of 9 from the free throw line too, as Cordova takes it, goes to the right block, puts up a 12-footer, and Cordova banks it off the glass good.
Only the 4th basket and 13-14 tries now for Clovis.
As Clovis will strike first here in the second quarter. Pentner picks up Hargrove very quickly. Bryn just kind of like almost daring her to do something. No look pass. Mojica right wing for 3. That one is off the mark. From the tip, Bryn will chase it down. Out near center court. She'll just drive it, tosses it back over, but right into Clovis traffic. Ball loose on the floor as Cunningham will go get it, and then Goff will tie her up. And it will go over. Nope, it'll stay Hobbs basketball.
Coach Reed over there exasperated. Even when we get a knock away on a pass, Hobbs still gets her hands on it with those octopus arms wherever they are on the court.
Starters on the floor for the Lady Eagles. Starters on the floor too. Weaver on the floor in addition. Weaver and Pentner on the floor in addition for Clovis. Bounce it out to Zepeda. Over to Hargrove. Now she'll get it to Cunningham. Left baseline. Back out to Zepeda to Hargrove. To Cunningham, 10-footer from the right base. That one up no good, and Brett goes elastic man and gets the rebounder. Put back no good, and Weaver will come away with that one. Second rebound for Clay, but it's Clovis basketball. Pentner from the left corner tosses out Villasequez. Villasequez to Pentner in front of the scorer's table, working near side. 6.5 to go, first half. Hobbs keeping them right now pretty much confined to the outside as Pentner goes to the right elbow, and she'll put up a 12 or a 15-footer, and it's good.
2 for 2 shooting for Clovis in this quarter so far. 0 for 3.
Back down,
Hobbs.
Cunningham from the left baseline puts up a shot, no good, but she gets hammered. I think they're going to get Goff on that one on the shoulder block. No, actually they're going to get Villasequez underneath on a push. That'll be her second personal. First team foul of the quarter on Clovis, and Cunningham back at the line where she's 3 of 4.
Clovis starting to put the radar on the paint against the Eagles offensively, and then Hobbs is going to come right back with transition games, so they can't be excited about buckets they make at one, and they got to get back on defense.
As Cunningham will make the first.
Breaks the ice for the Lady Eagles in this second quarter.
Chavez back in. That's Andrea Chavez back in for Clovis. 4 points for Cunningham here in the first half thus far. Second one on the way, and it is good. 5 in the ball game for Kendall.
8 of 10 on the line, 80% for the Lady Eagles. Good way to shoot the ball at the pit.
You will take that as Weaver gets it into Pentner right at the 5 count. Pentner spins out of trouble, and then he'll take it to the front court. She'll have to toss it over to Chavez. Chavez back near the timeline on the big Lobo logo here at center court. Over to Cordova, throws it into the middle and right into the hands of Kendall Cunningham. Kendall will take it into the front court. She bounces it over to Mojica, almost loses it. I'm not sure that was originally intended for her. To Cunningham, 15-footer from the right base this time. Her shot up no good, and Clay with another rebound, her third. Brett with Cordova all over her. The Lady Eagles will spin it out and get it out to Zepeda, and her shot won't fall, and it'll be Cordova on the right side with the rebound.
Cold shooting for the Lady Eagles outside of free throws in this quarter.
34-12, though. Hobbs in command of this one. You can't sleep on Clovis. Pentner near side to Chavez, who cycles it from the left to the right, back out near the ring at center court. Bounce to Cordova. Hobbs with Mojica and Hargrove out guarding the girls out there. Is just a handoff from Cordova to Pentner right on the Lobo.
kind of a matchup zone look there.
And then, almost into the backcourt, and then they're going to call a tic-tac on Brett Clay as Joey Carpenter just smiles and goes, oh, my goodness. First foul on Brett, first team foul on Hobbs as Jerea Dawson comes in for Clovis. Goff, Dawson, Weaver, Chavez, and Petner on the floor for Coach Reed's Purple squad.
Who is getting sick of being pressured in the guard position for sure.
And we will have the 5-second violation. Brett Clay getting Andrea Chavez nowhere to go, and that'll be the 14th turnover for Clovis.
Yeah, that's the problem with Clovis right now is they're getting that psychological problem. All these guards are on top of me Velcro-like, and I don't know what to do with the basketball.
Hargrove into the front court to Clay. To Zepeda, drives left baseline, takes it all the way through to Mojica in the right corner for three, in and out, no good, and it'll be Goff with the rebound, her second. But then Mojica goes over and almost takes it back away from her. Taps the ball, goes out, and it'll be Clovis basketball.
Clovis was tasting a transition game there, and there's the Hobbs Eagles getting those hands in the passing lane and making you pay for it once you throw errant passes like that.
Weaver gets it in again right at the 5 count, and then she'll get it right back from Petner. Then she'll hand it right back to Petner. 4.5 to go here in the first half. Hobbs 34, Clovis 12. Bounce pass to Dawson, trying to get it inside to Goff. Instead, it'll be Petner who drives through and loses the basketball. Wanted a foul, not going to get it. Cunningham to Zepeda. Zepeda, long cross-court pass, Mojica. Mojica takes it to the left block and then to the right slot. Zepeda for three. That one rolls, and Hargrove flashes through everybody, gets the board, and then she's going to get fouled going out of bounds. I think that's a bad foul on Weaver because I think that one would have gone out of bounds. Instead, it's saved by a McKenna Weaver foul, her first personal, second team foul.
Hobbs still way up, but they've had a lot of empty possessions in this quarter. I mean, they have yet, to break the ice from anywhere except the free throw line in this one.
And a hockey line change coming in for Coach Joey Carpenter.
I think he just wants something fresh, get something moving, something different.
And Clovis with those guards outside on the perimeter, they're running around so much. They're so tired out there, and Hobbs gets new fresh legs in there. It's like, what can we do next?
Everhart, the freshman, will see her first time, gets it into Armitage. Armitage working against Chavez. She goes to the Mountain West logo in the paint, puts up a shot, no good. Navarro battling with Dawson for the rebound, and it'll go out, and they're going to say last touched by Dawson. Stays Hobbs basketball.
You like seeing people coming off the bench like Navarro and actually rebounding immediately, not waiting.
She's very good on the glass, and another one of those youngsters for Coach Carpenter is Armitage will just weave and fly and fight her way through, and the rebound going to be made by Navarro, and she'll save it out. Toss it to Everhart, flips it to Muniz, top of the arc. Chavez to Navarro. Navarro out, size, left slot, three ball up, no good. And the rebound battling for it, and last touched by Dawson, and it'll stay Hobbs basketball. They've got to capitalize. They've had looks.
12 offensive rebounds in the game so far for Hobbs.
Everhart to size, back to Everhart, right corner, three ball up, no good, and it'll be a rebound by Goff. That'll be her third, that was Archie for her third. And then they're going to call a foul on Hobbs.
Navarro.
So that'll be her first personal, second team foul on the Lady Eagles.
I love to see that freshman Everhart not scared to take shots on the outside. Didn't make it that time, but she's really hustling around to get that opening.
Muniz will swat it away on the inbound. Stays Clovis basketball, but how many looks did Hobbs just have right there? About 7? And come up empty on every one of them. Dawson gets it in. It is loose on the court as Armitage will pick it up. Aliana tossing over to Size. Size will cycle, give it back to Aliana between the rings. Hobbs will reset with 3.5 to go here in the first half. Bad bounce pass inside, just the third turnover for the Lady Eagles as Cordova will bring it back down. Clovis trying to transition, but Hobbs getting back quickly. 3:20 to go here in the first half, and a bad pass and stolen away by Muniz. And as she's fallen to the floor, gets it to Armitage, toss it to Size, back to Armitage. I got it, no, you got it, no, you get it, I'll get it, okay, fine. I'll take it up, and Aliana's got 7.
What a beautiful give and go there.
On the full court, pressure on the inbound. Dawson will take it and finally get it off the tip to the front court. Armitage on her tight, 2:53 remaining here in the first half. Hobbs 36, Clovis 12. Winner moves on to Thursday afternoon. To Archie, her shot up, no good. Armitage will outfight everybody, come down with it. She'll toss it over to Everhart, wide open on the far side to Size in the left corner. The senior back to Everhart, the freshman. As Armitage just going to back it up between the rings. And a foul going to be called. We'll see who they're going to get on that one. Ty, thanks for that. And we'll see you over at Rio Rancho Event Center here in just a little while. As the foul going to be called on Chavez. That'll be her first personal, third team foul on Clovis. So stays Hobbs basketball. Starters back on the floor for the Lady Eagles, leading this one by 24. 2:27 to go here in the first half.
And owing to that big lead coming out of the first quarter, because they are shooting 1 of 13 from the floor in this quarter.
To Clay into the deep left corner for Zepeda. Zepeda bouncing it out between the rings for Hargrove. Hargrove pushing it right slot. Inside comes Clay, the little hook shot, and it rattles home. Brett Clay with 13 in the first half, and Hobbs stretching it back out to 25. On the inbound, stolen away by Mojica, and up and in for the Hobbs Lady Eagles. 10 points for Nakaya Mojica. 40-12, the Lady Eagles start to stretch it out. De La Rosa losing the basketball. Mojica gonna pick it up. Nakaya takes it back into the front court. Now to Clay, the little head fake from the right corner. She'll toss it out to Hargrove. Left wing, three ball up and bang! Bryn Hargrove drains the tray.
4 straight baskets for Hobbs. They have caught fire.
Just like that, Hobbs up by 31. 43-12 the score. 90 seconds to go here in the first half. De La Rosa weaving through traffic to the left baseline to Goff at the left block. And foul going to be called underneath. Sorry, we've got cheerleaders in front of us as the foul going to be called on Bryn Hargrove. That'll be her second personal. Third team foul on Hobbs is on the floor. De La Rosa will toss it in to Morales, seeing her first action with $1:20 to go here in the first. To Dawson out between the rings and almost stolen away by Zepeda, but Chavez will save it. Chavez takes it to the deep right corner and is pushed out. Bad pass, and that one is loose on the floor. Zepeda goes hard to it. Brett Clay runs and will pick it up and he'll save it to Brett Hargrove and put it in. Are you kidding me?
Wow, nice assist by Clay on that. Beautiful work on the steal. Great
force the turnover. Then Mojica will turn it over on the next one, and up and in, and the Hobbs Lady Eagles are rolling. It's running clock time in the second half.
Can't believe Reed hasn't taken a timeout here.
But
it's so close to the end of the second here.
He's just trying to survive at this point. As that'll be Dawson to Chavez into Goff, and Cunningham will take it away from Dawson, or rather from Goff. Kendall to the front court with 26, fakes the pass, and Kendall with the fake up and in. She's got 7 in the ball game. And Hobbs 49-12 domination in the first half.
7 straight baskets by Hobbs.
Chavez to Morales as Zepeda stays on her. Chavez has to set a screen just to try and get her to the front court. She'll finally cross the timeline, and then a bad pass and out of bounds, touched by De La Rosa. She was under intense pressure from Clay and Hargrove. And the two seniors share a big smile in front of the scores table like, yeah, we got this one.
You know, it's
4 seconds to go with 2. Hargrove to Clay, 3 at the buzzer, and no, it falls off. But the Hobbs Lady Eagles, dominating fashion, lead this one by a score of 49-12. We'll take a 3-minute timeout, come back with your Lady Eagle halftime report. This is Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball on Eagle 100.5.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. For all your grocery specials, shop Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs. The best deals in fresh produce, fresh meat and vegetables, frozen and dairy, health and beauty, and so much more. With the friendliest and most knowledgeable staff, Thriftway and La Tienda. For all your grocery specials, come on down to La Tienda, 400 East Marland, and Thriftway, 1317 North Turner in Hobbs. Best of luck, Eagles, from all of your friends at Thriftway and La Tienda grocery stores. Conquer every challenge, from job sites to weekend adventures with SunGuard Precision's rugged truck accessories. Choose from durable tonneau covers, spray-on bed liners, and more, all designed to protect your investment and elevate performance. SunGuard Precision is your ultimate one-stop shop for all things truck. Get equipped. Get empowered. Visit SunGuard Precision today. Look for SunGuard in names and numbers and find SunGuard Precision on Facebook and Instagram.
Rent-A-Center is a proud supporter of the Hobbs Eagles in both athletics and academics. Being an Eagle fan for many years, the team at Rent-A-Center knows what it takes: hard work and dedication. For all of your furniture needs, visit your friends over at Rent-A-Center. They offer free delivery and no credit checks. Se hablan español. Let Rent-A-Center improve your home with a couple of pieces of furniture. And Rent-A-Center of Hobbs, 2404 North Grimes in the Albertsons Plaza, is locally owned and operated. Rent-A-Center supports the Hobbs Eagles and says, go fight, win.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Are you ready to take the next step in your education?
Look no further than New Mexico Junior College.
Whether you're just starting out or aiming to advance your career, NMJC offers top-notch programs in so many different fields.
With small class sizes and dedicated instructors, you'll get the personal attention you deserve.
Plus, our campus is equipped with state-of-the-art facilities and resources to support your learning journey.
Visit us online at nmjc.edu or stop by our campus to discover why NMJC is a smart choice for your education.
And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball here on KEJL. Humble City Hobbs, K263 AZ Hobbs, Eagle 100.5, the Eagle 100.5 Hobbs app, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel. Of course, not allowed to do video from the Albuquerque portion of the state tournament, but we appreciate you watching the Scorebug, and wherever you are in Southeast New Mexico, West Texas, or the world, thanks for being with us. I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan alongside Ty Friend has headed over to the Rio Rancho Event Center for the Tatum game, which will get underway about 1 hour from now. We'll be joining him on that one on our sister station, Cool 95.7. So, Dawn, before we look at the numbers, just total domination for the Lady Eagles in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll talk about some of the stats after you run down yours.
All right, and let's take a look at the numbers in the first half. We'll start with the Clovis Lady Wildcats. Gianna Cordova is their leading scorer. She and Katie Archie each with 3 points. That's the leading scorers. Then you got 2 points, Amanda De La Rosa, 2 points, McKenna Weaver, 2 points, Bryn Petner. Katie Archie in a little bit of foul trouble early is the leading rebounder. She and Carrington Golf each with 3 rebounds apiece. So 12 rebounds as a team for Clovis. They go 2 of 4 from the free throw line in the first half, score 8 points in the first, only 4 in the second quarter. That's how they get to their 12, and 23 turnovers in the ball game so far for Clovis. For the Hobbs Lady Eagles, don't want to put it in cruise control yet, but you're going to have running clock when we start the second half. 13 points for Brett Clay in the first half, not far behind Nakaya Mojico with 12. 7 points in the books for Kendall Cunningham, and Aliana Armitage, 5 for Bryn Hargrove. Hargrove, the leading rebounder for Hobbs right now with 4. Then you got 3 points in the books for Carolina Size and a bucket for Madison Zepeda. As we mentioned, Hargrove, the leading rebounder. Hobbs with 14 rebounds as a team in that first half. They go 8 of 11 from the free throw line. That's a pretty darn good percentage, just under 80%. 32 points in the 17 in the second, but I think probably 12 of those 17 come in the last minute of the quarter, and only 3 turnovers in the half for the Lady.
And you know what? Hobbs is dominating, but if they hadn't had such cold shooting to start the first half or a little more than half of that second quarter, they'd be blowing this out even further than they are. As it is, the Hobbs girls shot 11 of 21 attempts from the floor, not counting free throws, in the first quarter, and then they shot 7 of 12 in that second. So they missed an awful lot of shots to start that second quarter, but they ended up, hitting 7 in a row, to finish it off. So totally, they're shooting 18 of 23 on the half so far. And for Clovis, wow, they went 3 of 13 in the first quarter, and they shot only 2 of 4. Hobbs denied them and kept the ball out of their hands. Yes, Hobbs take a lot of shots, but that meant they were dominant. So Clovis with just 2 of 4 shooting in the second quarter, and that puts them at 5 of 17 overall in the first half.
Wow, and more importantly, no three-pointers for Clovis,
right,
as the Lady Eagles have done a nice job keeping a hand, especially in the face of De La Rosa, but all of their three-point threats, Hobbs has done a good job there. They haven't gotten in foul trouble either, which I know we talked a lot about in the pregame show, but Hobbs, really a nice job, and right now with a 37-point lead, it's just been domination.
And Clovis, a couple of points at the line. Here's a really great stat that Hobbs is dominating. 12 offensive rebounds in this game. Clovis has had 1.
5 three-pointers for Hobbs. Not quite the exhibition we saw against Piedra Vista the other night, but still 5 three-pointers. That's 15 points. Even if you just took those and took everything else off the board, well, and everything else being the same, Hobbs is still up by 3 just from beyond the arc.
I mean, they scored 32 points in the first quarter. They put up 17 in the second quarter. I mean, almost, just about less than half of of their offensive production in the first, but still such a dominating performance that they are up big and really big. And let's hope they stay that way starting into the second half. More importantly, I'm watching the girls' faces as they play. We mentioned some of the action happening really close over here to the scorers tables and the media section where they are. I'm watching them enjoy themselves. They are having fun, and that's the kind of fun that happens out of hard work. All these years, putting your skills, your hard work, your sweat, your blood, your tears together as a team, and making that music that is possible when good players come together and achieve something even better together than they can individually, and they're having fun doing it. And I love that. What I want for them is to have that feeling every game here in the state tournament. They deserve that, to revel in that and to enjoy that. Teams like this, games like this, days like this, they don't happen often. They're rare. They need to enjoy it, own it, get the job done, hit it.
And of course, the winner of this game will move on. We'll be back here on Thursday afternoon, and the Lady Eagles will take on the winner of Carlsbad Farmington. That game tonight. We'll be back in 90 seconds for the start of the second half. Hobbs Lady Eagle playoff basketball is right here on Eagle 100.5.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West Broadway. Hydrotech Services in Hobbs is seeking experienced CDL drivers to join the team. To qualify, applicants must possess a valid U.S. CDL and have a minimum 2 years driving experience. If you have a good driving record, Hydrotech encourages you to apply today at 310 Woolsey Lane in Hobbs. Hydrotech offers competitive hourly pay of $26, comprehensive insurance benefits for employees, and the advantage of being home every evening. For additional information, please contact Hydrotech 397-7741 or apply in person 310 Woolsey Lane. Hydrotech Services is an equal opportunity employer.
Back here at the pit in Albuquerque, it's running clock time as we start the second half of this one. Hobbs dominating Clovis 49-12. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Ty Friendez heading over to the Rio Rancho Event Center for Tatum and Laguna Acoma. That game will get underway about 3 o'clock on our sister station, Cool 95.7, and it will be Clovis basketball to start the first half, or rather to start the second half. But Hobbs with a 37-point lead, and it is running clock, so it'll only stop for timeouts, changes of possession, 2-shot fouls. And that's if Clovis And assuming Clovis can't get it back under 35. Starters are out on the floor for both teams as it'll be Cordova looking to bounce it in. She will to De La Rosa right at the timeline. Mojica picks her up quickly. Goff with it at the top of the arc, and she'll just kind of make a lazy pass to De La Rosa, then trying to get it into Goff, and Cunningham will swat it away in the right baseline and out. It'll stay Clovis basketball.
Anticipating where the ball's going to be. That is the mark of a next level team.
De La Rosa into Goff, and then she's going to get tied up and then blocked by Cunningham and into the hands of Size. The seniors on the floor for the Lady Eagles. Turnover number 24 for Clovis. To Cunningham, a little stop and go to the right block, and the 12-footer up by Clay, no good, and it'll be De La Rosa with the rebound. That'll be her third. Cordova. Coach Joey Carpenter starts the senior lineup here for this fourth quarter, or rather third quarter. Running clock time. Neither team scoring as of yet. Archie almost travels, push it to Villasecas, then get it into Goff, but right into the hands of Mojica. Clovis still not able to hang on to it as Clay coast to coast and lays it in. And Hobbs will break the ice on the second half and go up 51-12. I really thought Brett looked like she thought, hey, maybe I can dunk this thing.
Yeah, maybe.
She kind of had that look, and she thought, no, get the bucket. Get the bucket.
Get the job done.
And a bad pass, and right into the hands of Size again. That's 2 steals just in the last couple of minutes for Size. Push it to Mojica, deep left corner. Now she'll drive left baseline, go around Goff, get it to Cunningham, who they left wide open in the high post, and Kendall with the little baby hook and puts it in, 53-12.
And
domination continues.
A nice assist by Mojica.
And a bad pass. It is loose on the floor. Mojica almost saves it. It'll wind up in the hands of De La Rosa, and she'll drive hard to the rack in the left lane and put it, or rather in the left base, and put it in. Hobbs on the transition the other way to Hargrove, breaking down the court. 7 for Bryn.
And that's how you spend about a second and a half between 2 baskets. That's it.
55-14. Lady Eagles dominating this one. Of course, we've seen both Carlsbad a couple times this year and also Farmington, too. We'll play one of those teams coming up on Thursday afternoon as Cordova drives into the paint, puts up a wild one, a spinning hook shot goes in.
Nice shot.
55-16 to Clay in the right corner to Mojica, right slot to Hargrove.
Thought about the 3.
Now to Size, left corner for 3, and bang! I thought the Lee County lid was on for a minute.
She's having an excellent game here. It's nice to see Sice really coming into her own and on the state level right here on this state stage.
Of course, another one of these Hobbs seniors, Coach Frankie Size's daughter. I know he'll miss her. We'll all miss her. Has been important off the bench for Coach Carpenter for these last 4 seasons.
Yeah, nice to see her out there playing in this district from the district season on without that leg brace.
And there has been some word about where she's going to be playing next year. So I never like to say until I hear is Archie for 3, and that'll be an air ball. Well, I'm going to say it kissed the rim so I can give Bryn Hargrove her 5th rebound as Bryn will take it coast to coast and misses the point-blank layup, and Archie with the rebound. That'll be her 4th. And then they're going to get Hargrove, or are they going to get Cunningham underneath? They're going to get Bryn for the little bump. That'll be the 3rd personal on Hargrove. And it'll be a hockey line change for the Lady Eagles. Clock continues to move. 4:20 remaining here in the 3rd. 58-16. 42-point lead for Hobbs. As Zapata, Rivera, Muniz, Armitage, and Godwin in for the Lady Eagles. So now everybody has gotten time to Archie, and Armitage almost taking it away from her. And Aliana will take it away from her. Aliana keeps it herself. The junior goes into the lane. No look pass. Right corner. Rivera. 3-ball and bang!
Wow.
Corelli Rivera, the freshman, drains the tray. And then Muniz almost steals the inbound away. And it'll be saved somehow by Cordova to Archie. Villasecas will wind up with it. And she'll bring it into the front court. To Cordova behind the back into the lane. Ball loose on the court. Picked up by Zapata and Madison off the left glass up and in. Zapata with 4 points. And Hobbs keeping the foot on the gas. 63-16. 3:20 remaining here in the 3rd. One thing about Clovis, they're never going to quit as De La Rosa flies through, puts up a shot, no good. Godwin has her second board. Godwin to Rivera, who broke the pressure, and up and in for Corelli. She's got 5, and Jeff Reed says, what's going on out there?
7 of 9 shooting for Hobbs in this quarter so far.
3:07 to go in the third. Hobbs 65, Clovis 16. Back in a minute here on Eagle 100.5.
The Coffee House offers a revitalizing menu of coffee, tea, and specialty drinks, just the way you like it. Enjoy your favorite drink with a whole latte love at the Coffee House. The Coffee House, another proud supporter of all Lee County athletics. Coffee House is locally owned and operated and is dedicated to fostering a sense of community in Lee County and in the surrounding areas. The Coffee House, 1103 North Grimes.
Outlaw Grill, the perfect spot for family dinners and date nights. Craving something extraordinary? Outlaw Grill serves up delicious fire-grilled steaks, fresh seafood, and authentic Italian pasta, flavors you won't find anywhere else. Dine in or call ahead for a quick and easy gourmet meal in Hobbs, 575-392-2012, or the Eunice location, 575-942-2466. Proudly supporting Lee County athletics and academics, Outlaw Grill is your go-to for great food and community spirit. Special offer, mention basketball when you order and get 15% off your meal. Come taste the difference at Outlaw Grill today.
A 16-4 run to start the second half, and Hobbs' domination continues. They're up on Clovis 65-16. Welcome back to the pit in Albuquerque. The 5A Girls Quarterfinals. Winner of this will take on the winner of Carlsbad and Farmington on Thursday afternoon, right back here at 1:15. Chavez to the front court to Weaver, to Villasequez to Petner. Then she'll hand it off to Dawson. As new players in for Clovis with 2:51 to go and running clock here at the pit. Ooh, an ankle breaker there almost from Petner as Rivera out of her Nikes there momentarily. Lacing things up a little tighter, young lady, as they'll get it in, and a underhand push shot up by Chavez, no good. And a battle for the rebound goes out of bounds, last touched by Muniz, who I think got the worst of that one as she winds up on the floor battling with Chavez.
2 of 7 shooting by Clovis here in the third quarter so far.
Chavez into Villasequez to Petner, now into the corner, back to Chavez, to the baseline and into the hands of Katie Godwin. They'll push it forward. Madison Zepeda. Zepeda gets stripped from behind by Cordova. She thought about passing for Rivera, and it'll just be out of bounds. Right. So stays Hobbs basketball. 2 minutes to go. Fast-moving third. Of course, running clock going to happen. To Godwin. She'll push it over. Top of the lane to Armitage, who weaves around everybody and puts the bucket in off the right glass.
8 of 10 shooting by Hobbs in this third quarter.
A 51-point shellacking at this point, and there's still 9:45 to go in the ball game. Hobbs killing Clovis, no better way to put it, as Dawson goes through, and she is going to be denied by Godwin to Rivera. She'll take it from the outlet, coast to coast, up and no good. Rebound going to be made by Villasequez, and then she'll go hard to the floor as she collides with Rivera. Wow, they call the jump ball, and it'll be Hobbs basketball on another turnover for Clovis.
I think Rivera and Armitage still had hold of her arm as she went down, but they were nice, good sportsmen in sports and held her up.
As the inbound trying to get it to Armitage, and that one will be saved and tipped away by Chavez and into the hands of Weaver. Just the fourth turnover for the Lady Eagles, 31 for Clovis. 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. Hobbs up by more than 50. As Weaver will have it in front of her own bench. Zepeda swats at it. She'll push it out to Dawson. Dawson almost traveling, then get it into the high post to Villasequez, who tosses it out, and it'll go out of bounds, and that one will be 32 turnovers, as now Zepeda will check out. Back in her place will be the freshman Addison Everhart.
Down Goff out there as well.
So get it in, and that will come over, and bang! Muniz from the right corner. Welcome to the scorebook, Caseland. They're now 70-16. Full court pressure is on. The 1-2-2 for the Lady Eagles. Chavez to the front court with 10. Picks up the dribble. The 2-10s battle. She'll bounce it over to Villasequez, now into the corner. Dawson going to be blocked by Everhart. It is out of bounds as time expires on the fourth quarter. Hobbs 70. Clovis 16. Back in a minute for the fourth quarter. Lady Eagle basketball from the pit continues in a moment.
Hobbs Rental wants to wish Lee County student athletes the best of luck as they take on challenges and experience success. The team of Hobbs Rental wants you to know that teamwork is everything. Hobbs Rental provides complete valve service, relief valve, vent valve, and thief hatch maintenance. VR certified and ISN approved. When you need the job done right the first time, call Hobbs Rental at 393-3085. Go Eagles!
High school sports build character and responsibility. That's why Albertsons Market congratulates and encourages the area high school teams in their quest for a state championship, saying we're behind you all the way. You too can show your support for the Hobbs Eagles with Hobbs Eagles Black and Gold apparel. There's a large selection of Eagles shirts and caps to choose from at your Hobbs Albertsons Market. You're in for something fresh at Albertsons Market, corner of North Rhymes and Venter in Hobbs.
Think drinking alcohol doesn't hurt you? Think again. Forget about sports. Forget about school. Forget about much of anything. Underage drinking freaks out your body and messes up your life. Sponsored, Think Before You Drink, sponsored by NMDOT, who are providing our phone and data lines here at the pit in Albuquerque. A 21-4 quarter for the Lady Eagles, dominating Clovis, running clock time. Hobbs will be moving on to Thursday afternoon back here at the pit. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Villaseca in the deep right corner. Navarro picks her up quickly. Now Rivera will switch out on her in front of the scorer's table. Villaseca still with it, drives in, and she's going to get fouled. They're going to get the reach on Navarro.
9 of 12 shooting in that third quarter for Hobbs.
Wow, they actually get that on Rivera.
They only had 3 offensive rebounds in that quarter, but they are shooting much better as a whole and making points off of the turnovers.
Golf at the left block, and she is going to be stripped away by Godwin. Back down, Everhart gets it into Rivera, and Corelli with the left hand, wing and a prayer off the left glass, good.
Yeah, making more points off of those turnovers in the third and now fourth quarters.
To the front court come the Lady Wildcats, toss it in to Golf, and she puts up a point blanker, no good. Navarro out battles Golf for the rebound, her second. Navarro to Everhart, right corner, 3-ball, and that one is off the top of the backboard and will go out, and last touched by Cordova. And now Alana Bolton will check in for Katie Godwin. So the whole bench seeing significant time in this runaway victory for the Lady Eagles.
Yeah, and Clovis has yet to score a point.
Mooney's top of the arc, off the inbound, and bang!
Beautiful. Make it look so easy. She's one of our 3-point specialists and bright hope for next year's team as well.
She certainly is. 75-16. The Lady Eagles have dominated since the opening whistle. They trailed 1-0 early, and then another turnover into the hands of Navarro. Push it forward to Everhart, who waits for Cordova to flash by, and the freshman's in the books with her first bucket at the pit.
Just like Top Gun, hit the brakes and let them fly right by, and then take your shot and bury it.
If I tried to do that, my feet would stay in one place and my knees would wind up in the 12th row. As they get it to De La Rosa to Golf in the right baseline this time. Golf shot up, no good. Archie with the rebound, and she's going to get fouled underneath. Archie with 5 boards for Clovis.
That was the second or third bump underneath there, and they did finally
Yeah,
they did finally call Hobbs on that. So a little bumping, a little banging going on with bodies here in this fourth quarter.
So Katie Archie at the line. Of course, Clovis with the tough draw, having to play Hobbs first round up here. Archie's first is up, and it's no good. Clovis now just 2 of 5 from the free throw line. I'm not sure anybody would have wanted to play Hobbs in this game especially.
Right.
I'm not feeling sorry for Clovis if it comes across as that. I really don't. As Archie will get that second one, I'm just saying nobody would want to play him. I'm not sure the Lakers would want to play the Lady Eagles right now. As Muniz with it between the rings, 4:50 to go. Here in the ballgame to Bolton, the little head fake, tossing over to Muniz, deep left corner, 4:50 to go. Muniz takes it through the paint and then out to Rivera. She'll head fake it and then back it back up top of the arc. Push it over Muniz. She'll move in and she'll take a little side step to the right wing and bang! 3-pointer for Caitlin Muniz with 9 in the ballgame. Hobbs 80, Clovis 17. And we've still got 4.5 to go in running clock. to Archie in the deep right corner. Picks up the dribble. Everhart on her extremely tight. Everhart swats it away and out of bounds into the Clovis bench, as Coach Jeff Reed just dejectedly hands the ball back to the official.
And you can just see the Clovis girls are getting gassed. They really are.
Into Goff in the low post. She twists, she turns, she shoots. No good. Gets her own rebound and her putback. That one will go up and good. Goff, her first points of the ball game to go along with 4 boards. Back the other way, Rivera. It's picked up, and then Bolton back to Rivera in the right corner with De La Rosa on her. Muniz between the rings with Villaseca covering.
Hobbs reading the defense so well and moving the ball so well right now.
Toss it in to Navarro, and yes, the reverse layup on the right side. Navarro, she's in the books now and makes it 82-19. And then Hobbs will swat the inbound away, and Clovis touches it last. And now a hockey line change for Coach Reed, with 3:20 to go, and Hobbs up 82-19.
I did mention how gassed, the Clovis girls were looking. They're working hard out there. They're not giving up. They're working hard.
Yes, they are.
It's just Hobbs is just so dominant.
They have been this afternoon. Don't want to get overconfident, though. You've still got games to play.
You bet.
To Rivera, but getting the time on the court, I think that's very important. Morales working against Rivera. To Navarro as Dawson will pick her up to Bolton, gets bumped. Everhart bouncing to Navarro. She'll try the reverse, no good, but Everhart is there. Her putback, no good. And finally, Dawson will come away with the basketball for Clovis. Hobbs with a couple of looks at the basket right there.
Good movement of the ball, but just couldn't finish.
Petner tossing it in and over the hands of Chavez, and another turnover for Clovis.
Yeah, Hobbs up to 4 offensive rebounds now in this quarter.
So Lady Eagle basketball. Of course, game 1 of our triple header here this afternoon and evening from Albuquerque. 2A quarters, got 2 of those coming up. Everhart to Navarro on the left base. She'll have to bounce it out to Muniz, left wing for 3. That one off the mark, and battling for it and off the tip. Coming away with it is Morales. Then she gets bumped and fouled.
And I said 4 in this quarter. I meant 4 in this half.
They're going to call the push foul. Going to get that on Corelli Rivera. Her second personal. 3rd team foul on Hobbs. We're under 2 minutes to play in this one. Lady Eagles will move on to Thursday afternoon, 1:15. Right back here at the pit against the winner of Farmington and Carlsbad.
1 of 6 shooting by Clovis from the floor here in this 4th quarter.
Petner to Morales, back to Petner.
5 of 8 for Hobbs, by the way.
Dawson slices through the right lane, shot up, no good. Ball loose on the right baseline, and Muniz will come away with it. Caselin's first. She'll push it forward to Everhart. A little head fake, shakes and bakes. Left lane, push shot up, no good. And Morales with her second board of the ball game. And the Purple Cats will bring it back over and across the timeline.
Just a minute 10 left in the game now.
Morales partially blocked by Everhart, but they are going to say Everhart got arm and not ball. So Addison, her first personal. 4th team foul. Not that it's really going to matter. That'll put Morales at the line to shoot 3, and that'll pretty much do it as we are under a minute to go.
Yeah, 82-19 your score.
First one for Morales up and no good. The only question at this point now is Clovis going to get to 20?
And then who will Hobbs play next? Carlsbad?
Second shot on the way, and Morales gets that one to bounce home. I don't know. I haven't seen Farmington. You have.
Well, Farmington, that's going to be a good battle, actually. Carlsbad, Farmington.
Carlsbad doesn't have a lot of firepower, but they play hellacious defense.
Yeah, the defense there and
Third
their physicality.
Up for Morales, and she will get that one. She's got 2 points in the ballgame. 82-21, 61-point Hobbs lead. 15 seconds to go as Muniz will just walk it across the timeline. She'll be picked up by Sarah Chavez. To Everhart, to Navarro between the rings, then near side to Rivera with 6, with 5 to Everhart as Baspett comes to guard her with 1, with 0, and that'll do it as the Hobbs Lady Eagles dominate the Clovis Lady Wildcats in the 5A quarterfinals here at the pit. 82-21, our final. We will be back to wrap this one up in 2 minutes as Lady Eagle basketball continues in a moment.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. For all your grocery specials, shop Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs. The best deals in fresh produce, fresh meat, and vegetables, frozen and dairy, health and beauty, and so much more. With the friendliest and most knowledgeable staff, Thriftway and La Tienda. For all your grocery specials, come on down to La Tienda, 400 East Marland, and Thriftway, 1317 North Turner in Hobbs. Best of luck, Eagles, from all of your friends at Thriftway and La Tienda grocery stores. Conquer every challenge, from job sites to weekend adventures, with SunGuard Precision's rugged truck accessories. Choose from durable tonneau covers, spray-on bed liners, and more, all designed to protect your investment and elevate performance. SunGuard Precision is your ultimate one-stop shop for all things truck. Get equipped, get empowered. Visit SunGuard Precision today. Look for SunGuard in names and numbers, and find SunGuard Precision on Facebook and Instagram.
Rent-A-Center is a proud supporter of the Hobbs Eagles in both athletics and academics. Being an Eagle fan for many years, the team at Rent-A-Center knows what it takes: hard work and dedication. For all of your furniture needs, visit your friends over at Rent-A-Center. They offer free delivery and no credit checks. Se hablan español. Let Rent-A-Center improve your home with a couple of pieces of furniture. And Rent-A-Center of Hobbs, 2404 North Grimes in the Albertsons Plaza, is locally owned and operated. Rent-A-Center supports the Hobbs Eagles and says, go fight to win.
Back here at the pit in Albuquerque, your Hobbs Lady Eagle postgame show. Lady Eagles dominating Clovis in this one. Our final 82-21 with Dawn Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle Ty Friend heading over to the Rio Rancho Event Center to bring you the Tatum Lady Cardinals. The Lady Cardinals are from Eunice, and they're after a while the Tatum Lady Coyotes and the Laguna Acoma Lady Hawks at 3 o'clock on Cool 95.7, but absolute domination, 82-21. The final leading scorer for Clovis was Gianna Cordova. She had 5 points, and, well, that was pretty much it. Katie Archie was their leading rebounder with 5 rebounds, 23 rebounds as a team for Clovis, but 36 turnovers for the Lady Wildcats. Nothing they can do against the Hobbs Lady Eagles. 2 Lady Eagles in double figures tonight, but a whole lot of Lady Eagles in the scorebook as you got 15 points. Led the way for Brett Clay, 12 points for Nakaya Mojica, 9 points Kaysla Muniz, 9 points Kendall Cunningham, 7 points Corelli Rivera off the bench, 7 points for Bryn Hargrove. Bryn also the leading rebounder tonight for Hobbs. She had 7 boards. Aliana Armitage, can't forget Aliana, she had 9 points in the game too. Zapata with 4, Everhart with a bucket, and Areli Navarro with a basket too. Hobbs goes 8 of 11 from the free throw line. Only turned the ball over 4 times in the ballgame. Just absolute 100% domination for Hobbs tonight, Dom.
Yeah, and Hobbs had 16 offensive rebounds in the game, and I've got Clovis with 4. Also, shooting-wise, I've got Clovis down shooting 9 of 34 from the floor, not counting free throws, and Hobbs shooting 33 of 45 from the floor tonight.
An absolute dominant performance for Hobbs here this afternoon. They will move on back to the Final Four. Once again, what is this, 8 straight years they've been in the Final Four, 8 or 9 now.
Absolutely.
For Coach Joey Carpenter's squad, and looking to get back the Big Blue Trophy once again.
I love how balanced a lot of the scoring of the stats were in this one, and Hobbs putting up really consistent numbers, 32-8 at the end of the first, 49-12 at half, 70-16 at the end of the third, and then final score 82-21 in this one. Again, I hope they enjoyed themselves. I hope they had fun. They need to. Of course, they got to keep their eye on the prize, their eye on the ball, get the job done, be focused, but feel that great feeling of being such a good team, such a deep team, playing well together. There's nothing like that feeling when you're hitting it like that. And I hope that they have a second game like that and then move into the championship as well.
And have a third game like that.
You bet. You bet. That's what we want to see. Revel in the moment, savor every moment here in this state tournament.
Next up for the Hobbs Lady Eagles will be the winner of Farmington Carlsbad. That game tonight at 8:15 right here at the pit. Next Hobbs Eagles Eagle broadcast will be tomorrow afternoon, 4:45. The Hobbs boys taking on the Cleveland Storm on our sister station, Cool 95.7. And, of course, getting ready for the Tatum Lady Coyotes to hook it up with the Laguna Acoma Lady Hawks on Cool 95.7 from the Rio Rancho Event Center. Ty Friend on his way over there right now. So with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on this one. Lady Eagle Playoff Basketball brought to you by Albertsons Market, Hobbs Rental, Outlaw Grill, Lico, XL Energy, IPS Incorporated, and the Coffee Shop.
Chuck with Loudwire Nights, and let me just say, man, it's great having a birthday on a Friday because, you know, you can kind of stretch it out over the weekend. But here we are. It's